Okay. Okay. Hello everyone. This is John Jenkins, and I got a video for you today. So, um, so the question for the day is: why did I not take gang stalking seriously? Why don't I take gang stalking seriously like the rest of the people affected by gang stalking? Uh, so the issue is that as soon as I, as soon as as soon as the V2K started, as soon as the V2K started, as soon as the gang stalking started, it was pretty obvious that just by the way they went about it, it was pretty obvious that these were people who probably the worst thing that ever happened to them in their entire lives was that they were either turned down for a date in high school, or they were not invited to a party in high school, or they were made fun of in science class. It was pretty obvious that it was pretty obvious from day one that these people were people who had never experienced any form of adversity in their entire lives. And I could tell because uh, I could tell because they seem to think that they seem to think that they seem to think that I was willing to sacrifice not only my own life, not only my kids' life, but they thought that I was willing to sacrifice my entire lineage, my every offspring from me to down the line. They they thought that I was going to sacrifice my entire lineage. I mean, potentially in both directions, going in the past and in the future. They thought that I was willing to sacrifice my entire lineage purely so that I wouldn't have to be unpopular, purely so that I wouldn't have to suffer adversity or be disliked by uh, 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 another person. They thought that I was going to give up every member of my lineage for the rest of human history just so that I wouldn't have to be unpopular. uh, and it's just really like, these people who were perpetrating this gang stalking, they were just really extremely naive, and uh, extremely pampered, extremely sheltered, and uh, uh, they were extremely immature, extremely immature, and also very insincere. Also very insincere, and they really just didn't really understand. They really just didn't really understand how life worked. They really just didn't understand how life worked. They didn't understand. They had this almost like uh, a grade schoolers mentality when it came to understanding how life worked. It's sort of like it's sort of like they're saying, well, basically they're saying if you don't do what we say, we're gonna make you unpopular. And it's like, I mean, and that's the thing, like the thing of the matter, the reason why I had to resist gang stalking was because I'm black, so I know that a black person would rather die than to be unpopular. A black person would rather die than to be unpopular. A black person would rather die than to have to leave their own bedroom without the flyest without being popular. A black person would rather die than to leave his own bedroom unless he's popular, unless he or she is popular, unless he or she is fashionable, unless he or she is cool. A black person won't leave their own bedroom unless they're cool and fashionable and popular. Uh, so So if I had not stopped the gang stalking with me, if I had not stopped it with me, if I had not ended the gang stalking with my generation, then every single member of my lineage, uh, for the rest of human history, essentially would have been caught in the same trap because of their inability to do anything that's unfashionable, their inability to go against the grain. Uh, so uh, uh, so so if I didn't stop it with me, then uh, 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 that would have been the end of my entire lineage for uh, ostensibly for the rest of human history. My lineage never would have recovered. Uh, so luckily for me, I had been deeply disliked my entire life. I had been completely unpopular my entire childhood. I had been I had been ostracized my entire life, even from my own family. Before I even got my criminal conviction. So um, so I was so used to being unpopular that when gang stalking happened, it fit like a glove. It fit like a glove. Gang stalking fit like a glove, and I was so used to being unpopular that I didn't even miss a beat. I just kept going to. They were gang stalking me all day, and I just kept going to college. I just kept going doing whatever I was doing to better my life because ultimately, I mean, I was never going to be popular anyway. So yeah, so that's the reason why I never took gang stalking seriously. It's because I mean, these people were just pampered. These people were just pampered, sheltered, extremely adolescent, extremely juvenile, extremely naive. I mean, yeah, extremely naive. And yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. Have a great day. I don't know when I'm gonna post this video. It's probably not gonna be on my. It's probably not gonna be on my 41st birthday. It'll probably be the last video in January of 2026. So I probably won't make this my birthday video. I probably have a special video in line for my next birthday. And 41 is a big birthday. 41 is a big birthday. 41 means staying power. If I can get the 40 without ending up like my parents or my family, that's great. But you got to get to 41 now. Then 42, you got to get up to 60. You got to get up to 80, and so on and so forth. But one day at a time, one day at a time. So anyway, I don't think this is gonna be my birthday video. I'll probably come with a special video that really fits for my 41st birthday. That's all I wanted to say. Have a great day and goodbye.